Okay. Shvizoicha. Lahaskil v'lasayim harbe mesechtus. Hakdoma. So the Chafetz Chaim first writes a Hakdoma. Baruch Hashem l'kei Yisrael she'bdilanu mikol ha'amim v'nos lanu peiroseh v'knisanu l'eretz hakodesh. Right? He's being with Baruch Hashem that He separated us from the nations, and He gave us His Torah, and He brought us to Eretz HaKodesh, so that we could merit and fulfill all the mitzvahs. Like we know, many of the mitzvahs can only be done in Eretz Yisrael, and when we'll be Zayich to Mashiach, there'll be many, many more mitzvahs that we'll be able to do. We'll have a Beis Hamikdash, Karbanos, etc. In any case, and Hashem's purpose was for our good. That will make us Kodesh, as it says, the Mantiskru Vasisem's Komets, Voisev Yisem Kedoshim Lelokechem, Pasuk in Parshas Tzitzis. You'll remember and you'll do all my mitzvahs, and that will make you Kodesh, whatever that's a very elusive word, Kodesh, right? What does it mean, Yasel? We translate as holy. Okay, so now what does holy mean? Right? But Kodesh means separated, different, elevated, even though sometimes it's used. I think it might even be in one of the coming parshas, like Kadesha, which means a prostitute. The word Kodesh, because she's designated for prostitution. The word Kodesh is used in other, not in holy. Okay? In any case, that's the purpose. Hashem chose us, gave us Eretz Yisrael, so we could fill all the mitzvahs, and that's for our benefit, so we could be uplifted, we could become Kodesh, and by becoming Kodesh, we will be able to get all of His good, all His hashpah, whatever He sends down, and all His chesed in this world, and also in Elam Haba. It makes us into a kli. As it says in Devarim. What does Hashem ask you? Etc. Lishmaras mitzvahs Hashem, to keep Hashem's mitzvahs. Why? And why is this all for? It should be good for you. It's all good for us. It's not a punishment. Ramban says that the L'Tovlach refers back to the beginning of the pasuk of Ma'ashem Kech Sharmei Mochbay. Okay, v'loy dai b'zeh. Shenasan lanos kli chemdasai. Not only did He give us His Torah, His kli chemdasai, avkam tzivah son shloi nazvena, but He also commanded us. He didn't just say, take it or leave it. It's available for you. Right? He commanded us not to leave it. I've given you a good acquisition. My Torah, don't leave it. It's not like a human being that if he should give another a gift, but the other guy, the receiver, doesn't really appreciate the gift. He's not interested. So the guy who gave it regrets giving it, and he looks to the time when will his friend be mafker it, and then he'll be able to get it back. If you don't appreciate it, so forget it. I'll take it back. But Hashem's not like that. He said, in every generation, Kadosh Baruch Hu sent us. In the first place, Hamikdash, Nevi'im that was sent to call us to do tshuva, to teach us to do tshuva, to come back. Even in second base, Shi'arad Matzav Israeli, we already Klai fell a level. From its first kedusha, v'choslam kamisha dvarim, shoylam b'ais rishon, and now they're lacking. And the second bais 5 things that they had in the first base of Mikdash, and one of them was nevuah. In Kozeh, still we're still in Eretz Yisrael. We had a base of Mikdash. You know, the Chaim L'Chaim Mitzvah Sefer, we were able still to fulfill all the mitzvahs. And by fulfilling all the mitzvahs, we were able to perfect, to complete all the parts of our nefesh that we have. Why nefesh? Neshama. But nefesh yesh gam kein ramach evarim shusag gidim ruchanim. Just like we know the Chazal talk about 248 evarim limbs and 365 sinews or whatever. Parallel to that, the nefesh is also made of this. Vayim b'shari kedusha Moreno Rav Chaim Vital Perikov, that he's the one who teaches us this tremendous concept, and the mitzvahs, which are also right. Ramach mitzvah saseh, there's 248 mitzvah sasehs, and there's 365 mitzvah sasehs parallel, and each one, so to speak, sustains or gives sustenance to that chelik of the neshama. And by doing the mitzvahs, and therefore, even in Bayis Sheni, where we already fell a madrega, we still were in Eretz Yisrael with the Beis Hamikdash, and were able to fulfill all the mitzvahs. However, he says at the end of the second Beis Hamikdash, so Chinam and Lashon Hara started taking over, govern. And because of that, the Beis Hamikdash was destroyed. And we went into exile, as it says in Gemara in Yuma and the Gemara in Yerushalmi, Perik Aleph, also in Yerushalmi Yuma, Hagam. Now the Ahavas kind of puts here into brackets, even though a Gemara not the Sinas Chinam, it doesn't say Lashon Hara. It says Sinas Chinam. Kavanu Lashon Hara Gamkein. It says Ahavas Chaim. It means it's including Lashon Hara. Sheyetzes mitzara Sinah. When there's Chinas Chinam, when you hate, when there's hate between people, then they're going to speak Lashon Hara. It says because if it didn't result into Lashon Hara, we would not have been that much punished. And that's what it means in the Gemara, where it concludes Shekosha, Sinas Chinam is considered as bad, as difficult, destructive, Keneged Avodah Zarah, Gila Rais, Shvichas Damim, as the three big Averas. And that, he says, we find a Gemara in Arachin, Gabe Lashon Hara. We find the same concept that Lashon Hara is a parallel to those three things. So you see that in a way it's synonymous, Sinas Chinam, with Lashon Hara. He says from the Gemara itself, if you learn the Gemara in Yuma, you'll see that that's true, but the Parasham, because the Gemara they asked, B'mikdash Risha and B'chulu, says, B'daikin Eskavereim, Ayin Sham. Okay, so from there, you'll see also we're talking about Lashon Hara. Okay, from then until now, B'chol Yom, daily anu mitzapim spalnu shnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu sheyikor v'yisanu. That Hashem, we daven to Hashem that He should bring us close. As He promised in His Torah, and through His Nevi'im many times. But our tefillos are not being answered. More in brachas. From when the Beis Hamikdash was destroyed. There's an iron curtain, an iron wall that separates us from our Father in Shamayim, and therefore our tefillos don't make it through. He says, but it's not that we're putting the blame on Hashem. We're taking the blame to ourselves. From Hashem's end, it's open, it's ready to go. Hashem's hand is not too weak or whatever to save, or like he doesn't, he's not hard of hearing. Rather, says the Navi, it's our Averis that are causing that distance. Then when he asked, when is Mashiach coming? He was answered, he'll come today in B'kar Tishmon, Yavai Mashiach. If you follow the Torah, then Hashem, the Mashiach will come today. So even though at that point the time of Golus had been decreed wasn't over yet, but Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi was told that if we would fulfill the Torah properly, Mashiach would immediately come. Sure, Elif Shanim Golus coming in Yom HaShakadosh Baruch Hu, that they were meant to be in Golus. We were meant to be in Golus 1,000 years. And at that point, it was not yet 1,000 years. Chazal, still, if we would do tshuva properly, it would have uprooted the gzeira, and Mashiach would have come. So certainly in our times where it's already. So it's more 800 years more than the 1,000. Now they say, well, it's 1955, 1,155 years. So the only reason Mashiach's not here is because of us. Because of our Averis, we don't allow HaKadosh Baruch Hu to put a Shekhinah among us. Okay, now we'll flip to the second part of the Sefer, Shmiras Halashon. And, okay, Hakdama there too, okay. Stiv, it says in Mishlei, Shema Piva L'Shayna Shema Mitzaras Nafshay. Pasuk Mishlei says someone who guards his mouth will be protecting himself from tzaras, l'havin, peinin. To understand, Mashper HaKosov Shmiras HaPev HaLoshem and Yes Torah Ma'anefesh, that the pasuk Shlomo HaMelech links the Tzoras HaNefesh to the Shmir, to being saved, protected from Tzara, to Shmiras HaPev HaLoshem, Yosim Kolonyan, and why specifically this? We got to do a lot of things. All of Torah. Why does the pasuk specify Shemer Pivel U'Shoiner? Ibrim Foshe Pshat. This is first. Take out a Mishlei and look at Rashi, look at the Mefarshim. Gamani Enes Elki Hashachanani Hashem says the Chafetz Chaim. I'll also explain what Hashem has granted me. My understanding was that Novin Namke Mashik Pasuk. And with that, we'll also understand a very famous pasuk in Tehillim, Mi ha'isha chafetz chayim, oiv yom liras toiv, netzol shon kameirah. Again, specifically, watching your from not speaking Lashon Hara is the thing that's going to give you chayim. Mashaperin kosa dafke inyan zeh, says Chafetz Chaim, what's so specific? What's the point of this mitzvah? Again, he says, we know that a person has a spiritual ramach and shasa. And upon them, in other words, they are the source. Hashem created the world. Those ramach, evorim, and shasa gidim of the nefesh also took on a physical form, that our body. That each one of the Ramach Evarim Shagidim in the body are parallel because they're really an extension, so to speak, or another level of the Ruchni. You dressed me, you created me with Oro Basar, Uvatzomis Vigidim Tishoikachem. Ashehizka Kos of Oro Basar Vigidim Vatzomis. Right? In Eov, the pasuk refers to Or and Basar and Gidim and Atzomis. In Levush, how are they described? They're described as a Levush, a clothing. Uschach, Tisaychacheni is like as if it's with a samach. It's like a schach, a covering. So who was dressed with the Or Basar? Talbisheni, you dressed me with Or Basar. Who's the meat? Like the nefesh, every kirbite. It's referring to the nefesh that's inside, was then dressed with a oren basar and gidim and atzomis. Shehi etzem ha'odam. The nefesh is the person inherently. Called eva ve'eva shala nefesh. On each spiritual eva mulbosh milamala, on top of it is now dressed avar haguf hamachunik in the that avar of the body that is a parallel to that avar. When I have it, I'll look just like the clothing on the body. And it's a parallel to these. We got 248 mitzvahs say, and it's 365 mitzvahs. And they too, each one of them is a parallel to one of the Ivarim. Some mitzvahs dependent on your hand. Give me tzedakah, let's say. Walking to do a mitzvah. As the Sefer Charedim speaks about, when a person fulfills in this world any given mitzvah with a given part of his body, so in the future there will be a light of Hashem on that Aver, and that or is the sustenance for that Aver. So true for each mitzvah. So that results in that when a person fulfills all the Ramach Esin, he is the Adam HaSholim, that his whole body is Mekudesh. It all has that Ruchnius light, that Or Hashem on it. You'll do all my mitzvahs, and that will make you Kodesh. How is that? Because each mitzvah is a parallel to the physical and the spiritual aspect of the person, and by doing that, it gives it a Ruchnius life. If Chas v'sholom, you're missing one of those mitzvahs, that you just didn't do, you threw it away. Also tshuva, and you didn't do tshuva. Yes, so also love it. So in the future, you'll be missing that aver. Doesn't have life. It doesn't. That's what the Gemara says in Brachas on the Pasuk Koheles. The Gemara there says on someone who did wrong is not able to correct it, too late. So that should be the Kriyat Shema Shel Arvis or Kriyat Shema Shel Shachris. Someone who missed Kriyat Shema either in the morning or in the evening, or Tefillah Shel Arvis and Tefillah Shel Shachris. When a person's careful not to transgress any of the lavin, the prohibitions. So by doing that, it brings the Arak Kedusha on the other aspect of his body. So but if he's not careful, so his body will be deformed. His ruchnius. Again, Rav Chaim Vital, Perik Aleph, Ayin Sham. All right. So we'll try tomorrow, 4